Hello everyone, I'm Bombay and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts Today on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country today. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court of India and then move on to High Courts and other subordinate courts. If you like our content, please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's begin. The Supreme Court today posted a batch of petitions challenging the anonymous electoral bond scheme to December 6th. A Supreme Court bench comprising Justices B.R. Gavai and B.V. Nagaratna was considering a batch of petitions filed by the Association for Democratic Reforms, Communist Party of India, Marxist, etc., challenging the electoral bond scheme. The case was listed today for the first time after the last posting on March 26th last year. We have made a detailed video on today's hearing, the link to which has been given in the description box below. Please do check it out. The Supreme Court today granted permission to Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta, appearing on behalf of the state of Maharashtra, to move an application before the Supreme Court Registry for early listing of a plea challenging the acquittal of former Delhi University professor G.N. Saibaba in an alleged Maoist links case. Mr. Mehta apprised the Supreme Court bench comprising Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Hema Kohli about the acquittal by the Nagpur bench of the Bombay High Court and asserted that the offence committed by the acquitted person is serious in nature and against the nation. The Supreme Court of India today dismissed the petitions filed by WhatsApp and its parent company Meta or Facebook, seeking to stay the investigation by the Competition Commission of India, that is the CCI, into their privacy policy. A bench comprising Justices M.R. Shah and Sudhanshu Dhulia today rejected the petitions filed by WhatsApp and Meta, challenging the order of the Delhi High Court Division Bench, which had refused to stay the CCI probe. A division bench of the Supreme Court pulled up the Hindu Dharma Parishad for knocking at the court's door with a bizarre request. The Supreme Court bench comprising Justices Sanjay Kishan Kaul and Abhay Oka today expressed its shock and disbelief and proceeded to read out the prayer in open court, and I quote here. He said no one should be permitted to raise an issue about the CAA, that is the Citizenship Amendment Act. Justice Kaul sharply rebuked the counsel and said that the prayer was unmaintainable and remarked further, and I quote, "Just one fine day you will get up and file a petition with such a prayer? Look at your prayer, it is absolutely bizarre." The Supreme Court bench then rejected the request of the petitioner to tag the matter along with the challenge against the controversial Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. The Supreme Court of India bench comprising Chief Justice of India U.U. Lalit and Justice Hemant Gupta today refused to grant urgent listing for a plea praying for a nationwide ban on firecrackers. When the matter was mentioned for urgent listing, CJI Lalit noted that since the festival of Diwali was already around the corner, many people must have already invested in the firecracker business. Therefore, he remarked that an injunction of firecrackers this close to Diwali would lead to severe loss. Chief Justice of India U.U. Lalit today recused himself from hearing a petition filed by Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa and former State Industries Minister Murugesh Nirani against a Karnataka High Court order allowing restoration of a criminal case against them in the alleged illegal land denotification case. The matter was mentioned before a bench comprising Chief Justice Lalit and Justice Hemant Gupta. CJI Lalit stated today, and I quote, "I can't take this matter listed before a bench where I am not a member. I have some difficulty. I can't take this matter." YouTuber and activist Sabu Shankar has filed an appeal before the Supreme Court of India challenging the Madras High Court order which sentenced him to 6 months imprisonment for criminal contempt of court. It was back on September 15th that a division bench of the Madras High Court, that is the Madurai bench to be specific, comprising Justices G.R. Swaminathan and P. Pugalendhi, convicted Shankar for criminal contempt of court for his remark, "The entire higher judiciary is riddled with corruption," in an interview given on a YouTube channel. The division bench refused to suspend the sentence, following which he was taken to the Madurai jail. The Supreme Court of India today dismissed a petition filed for framing of guidelines or directions against malicious wrongful prosecution and incarceration of innocent persons. The matter was heard by a bench comprising Chief Justice of India UU Lalit and Justice Hemant Gupta. At the very outset of the hearing, CJI Lalit remarked that the petition consisted of sweeping prayers and that a better course would be for individual instances of wrongful prosecution and incarceration to come before the court. Accordingly, the writ petition was deemed as misconceived and accordingly dismissed. The Supreme Court of India has acquitted a man who was sentenced to death for the alleged murder of his wife and his 4 kids. Without any hesitation and with disappointment, we state that the case on hand is one of the most perfunctory investigation, the CJI UU Lalit, Justices S. Ravinder Bhatt and J.B. Pardewala remarked. Project 39A of National Law University Delhi gave legal assistance to the appellant in this particular matter and also briefed senior advocate Niranjan Reddy, who appeared on behalf of the appellant. In a significant order, the Varanasi Court has rejected a plea moved by the Hindu worshippers seeking a scientific investigation into Shiva Linga reportedly found inside the Gyanvapi Mosque premises. The court today rejected the plea in view of the Supreme Court's earlier order to protect the spot where a Shiv Linga was claimed to have been found during the survey of the Gyanvapi Mosque. If carbon dating or ground penetrating radar is permitted and if any damage is caused to the Shiv Linga, then it would be a violation of the Supreme Court order to protect it and it might also hurt religious sentiments of the general public, remarked the Varanasi Court today. We have made a detailed video on today's ruling, the link to which has been given in the description box below. Please do check it out. The Bombay High Court Nagpur bench has acquitted former Delhi University professor G.N. Saibaba and 5 others in an alleged Maoist links case. The court has allowed their appeals against conviction and life sentence imposed under the anti-terror law UAPA. The court held that the trial was null and void and valid sanction as required under section 45 of the UAPA was not obtained. The court also observed that procedural safeguards cannot be sacrificed at the altar of a perceived peril to national security. A division bench of Justice Rohit Dio and Anil Pansare of the Nagpur bench of the Bombay High Court pronounced the verdict today. The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, that is the NCPCR, in a case seeking action against Congress leader Rahul Gandhi today, told the Delhi High Court that the allegation related to the tweeting the picture of him meeting with the minor rape victims' parents subsists, notwithstanding that his tweet has been withheld by Twitter. The content is only withheld in India, the offence still subsists, as only in India the content has been restricted, but the tweet still exists. The counsel representing the NCPCR submitted before the division bench of Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad. This particular submission was made in a PIL petition seeking action against Rahul Gandhi for allegedly disclosing sensitive details and publishing photographs of the minor victim's family in violation of the provisions of the POCSO Act. A Delhi court has framed charges against former Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain, his brother Shah Alam and 4 other men in a case of Northeast Delhi riots of 2020, observing that the mob hatched a conspiracy to kill Hindus and harm their properties, and as part of that, a gunshot injury was caused to one Ajay Jha. Additional Sessions Judge Pulasta Pramachala framed charges against Tahir Hussain, Shah Alam Gulfam, Tanveer Malik Nazim and Qasim under various sections of the Indian Penal Code. Additional charges under Section 27 of the Arms Act have been framed against accused Gulfam and Tanveer Malik. Thank you. Keep watching Courts Today on LiveLaw for more such updates. See you next week.